On a quiet autumn afternoon in a small town in the United States, a 10-year-old boy named Noah stood in front of an old red mailbox, holding a wrinkled white envelope in his small hands. The cold wind pushed dry leaves across the sidewalk, but Noah barely noticed because he was staring at the envelope like it was the most important thing in the world. His shoes were worn out, his jacket was too thin for the weather, and his backpack looked like it had been used for many years. After standing there for a long moment, he took a deep breath and slowly dropped the envelope into the mailbox. On the front of the envelope, written in shaky handwriting, were three simple words: "To God." The night before, Noah had written that letter while sitting at the small kitchen table inside the tiny apartment he shared with his mother. The light above the table flickered softly, and the refrigerator behind him was almost empty. His mother had fallen asleep on the couch after working 2 exhausting jobs all day, but before she fell asleep, Noah had seen something that broke his heart. She was crying quietly, thinking no one was watching. Noah heard her whisper worried words about rent, bills, and how she didn't know what they were going to do next month. Noah didn't understand everything adults talked about, but he understood one important thing: his mother was scared. So that night, he took a piece of paper from his school notebook and began writing. In messy handwriting, he wrote, "Dear God, my name is Noah and I am 10 years old. My mom works very hard every day, but she cries at night because we don't have enough money to pay our rent. I'm only a kid, so I don't know how to fix big problems. If you could please send us a little money, I promise I will help other people someday too. Love, Noah." The next morning, the letter arrived at the small-town post office, where an older postal worker named Mr. Thomas noticed the strange address. Curious, he opened the envelope and began reading the letter. As he finished reading, his eyes slowly filled with tears. He showed the letter to the other workers, and soon the entire room grew quiet as everyone read the message written by a child who truly believed someone in heaven might answer his letter. After a long moment of silence, Mr. Thomas wiped his eyes and said softly, "We cannot let this boy lose his faith." One worker reached into her purse and placed $20 on the table. Another worker added $10. Then another worker placed $5 beside it. Soon everyone in the small post office began contributing what they could. Some gave $5, some gave $20, and one man even gave $50. By the end of the afternoon, they had collected $300. Mr. Thomas carefully placed the money into a clean envelope and wrote 2 simple words on the front: "From God." The next afternoon after school, Noah ran up the stairs of his apartment building and checked the old metal mailbox near the entrance. When he opened it and saw the envelope inside, his heart started pounding. He quickly looked at the front, and his eyes widened when he read the words written there: "From God." With shaking hands, he ran upstairs and burst into the apartment. His mother looked up in surprise as Noah opened the envelope and the money fell into his hands. His eyes filled with tears as he shouted, "Mom, look!" His mother stared at the money in disbelief, unable to understand where it had come from. Noah hugged her tightly and whispered with a hopeful smile, "I told you everything would be okay. God answered my letter." His mother began crying again, but this time they were tears of relief as she held her son close. For the first time in months, she felt hope. But about a week later, another envelope arrived at the small-town post office with the same handwriting and the same address written on the front: "To God." Mr. Thomas quickly recognized it and opened the letter with curiosity. The letter said, "Dear God, thank you very much for the money. It helped my mom pay part of the rent and buy food, and she smiled again. That made me very happy. But next time, please don't send the money through the post office, because I think the people there kept $200 before sending it to me. I know you probably meant to send more." For a moment, the entire room inside the post office was silent, and then suddenly, everyone started laughing through tears. They weren't laughing because the boy doubted them. They were laughing because even after everything, that little boy still believed with all his heart that God had answered his letter.
And sometimes the pure faith of a child is powerful enough to remind the whole world what kindness truly looks like.